Hi, my name's Tyler Chanel. I used to be Thrifts and Tangles, but we have rebranded over here. So for years, I've been feeling really stifled and trapped in my old name, Thrifts and Tangles. I felt like unless I was talking about natural hair or talking about thrift shopping, I just didn't feel like I had anything to share if I wanted to talk anything outside of that. Yes, I always touch on sustainability, but I just felt like I was such in a box. I couldn't think creatively. I felt like my ideas, if it wasn't thrifting related or if natural hair related, I was like, oh, I can't really post that. And I just felt like I couldn't really be, all the way myself. I felt like I always had to be like, oh, I'm Thrifts and Tangles. And people would see me out and about and they're like, hey, Thrifts and Tangles, are you Thrifts and Tangles? Someone asked my husband, are you Mr. Thrifts and Tangles? Which I think is so cute. And I love that identity. And I will always have, Thrifts and Tangles will always have a special part in my heart. But now that I am, a mother, a wife, I don't know, I feel like my identity has changed over this time. I just want to be myself online. I don't want to be like a persona. I don't want to feel like I always have to talk about thrifting. I always have to talk about hair. I want to talk about things that are important to me, navigating motherhood, talking about navigating sustainability, talking about things I love. I used to model and it was so confusing because people would book me through Instagram. They book me under my name, Thrifts and Tangles, but I show up hey, I'm Tyler Chanel, but it was just very confusing. And when payment was time to be paid for my modeling gig, they would pay Thrifts and Tangles and it wouldn't be under my name. I was like, can we just put everything under my name? But I just feel like changing to the name Tyler Chanel has opened a world of topics for me. I'm still going to talk about thrifting, sustainability, and natural hair. Sorry, there's a lot of noises going outside my door and I don't know why. I think it's windy outside. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's blowing the door open. But there's a lot of things I want to talk about, and I'm still going to talk about thrifting, sustainability, and natural hair and giving those things a chance. And my whole goal is sustainability without the overwhelm, to make it seem like, it's not something that needs to be a very complex, crazy topic that prevents people from even wanting to dip their toes in. I'm dip your toes in. The water's nice. If you try something that's sustainable, it might unlock a new desire to try something else sustainable, and you go down the rabbit hole. And that's really what I want this platform to be. I want it to be a lot of fun, but I just want to be myself online. So that being said, I hired Gabby Witten to do my rebrand, and it's so good. She added pops of color. So my old theme was very neutrals, but I wanted it to be playful, innovative, inclusive. And so she added a pop of peach for a playful element. There's gonna be fun textures being used, neutrals with the pop of peach. The fonts that she chose are very inclusive because I always felt like I wanted a cursive font or something to be playful, but instead we're doing playful through the color and inclusive. I want the fonts to be really accessible. And one thing that irks me a little bit, and I learned it I was in a Pinterest cohort, they were saying don't put white without a background on the back when you're posting online because it makes it hard. It's not as accessible for people to read. And on Instagram stories, I always see people putting the very aesthetic white font over nothing over a picture, and it's very hard to make out and it's not super accessible. So I want everything here to be very inclusive, very accessible, very mindful of others. So I was okay. So my fonts are very easy to read, very accessible, and I'm just really excited. I was going to do a rebrand photo shoot, but I'm okay, we can do a whole rollout. It doesn't have to be perfect. I am showing up in this way. I've been wanting to rebrand for years, and I finally hired Gabby to do my rebrand. Finally am changing my websites over, doing everything, changing my handles, no more Thrifts and Tangles. And I feel as a part of me has been hard, it's been hard to let go. But when I got my rebrand docs, I was oh, these are so good. So I have cute little graphics now. So anytime I talk about a sustainability topic, it's gonna be this little earth that comes up. Or if I talk about natural hair, it's gonna be this little person with a little heart. Or if I talk about thrifting, it's going to be this little tote bag. And I just feel less creatively stifled, I guess, now that I am being under my name. When I was brainstorming ideas on what to post, it was just ideas were pouring out. I was I could be more of a thought leader. I posted a video about how we have a problem with decluttering. I feel I could share more of my honest thoughts because I'm just being me. People can agree, people can disagree, but I feel I'm just going to be a person. I'm not going to be so much a brand, but then personal brands are really popular now. But yeah, I'm very excited for this journey. It was a long time coming, and I feel it just streamlines everything for me. And one thing that I was really like getting caught up on is I have a couple of friends who write for my website, for my blog, TylerChanel.com now. Well, coming soon. I don't know when I'm posting this if the site will be up or not. I'll put it on here. Anna, my editor, will put it on here to say if it's been launched or not. But yeah, I'm like, I was like, okay, is it weird to have writers that are writing under Tyler Chanel versus Thrifts and Tangles is more of a timeless brand? And do I want to pass Thrifts and Tangles down to my daughter? And that could be a business and a blog and all these things. And I was like, there are so many people, like there's Disney, Walt Disney. Disney is his last name. He's operating under his name. Like Kate Spade, I assume is a real person. She's operating under that name. Things like that. People are operating under their own names and it's able to be passed down. And that's one thing I was talking about, but I was like, I was creatively stifling myself too by saying like, okay, but I have to pass this down so I can only create these very niche topics and only talk about these things, and I'll get better reach if I only talk about these things. But then I'm just like, I cannot operate in this kind of box. Like I need to, you know, apparently do whatever this is. So yeah, I'm excited. Let me know what you think of this rebrand. Let me know if there's any posts you'd like to see. And as far as this rebrand goes, I want to be active on YouTube, on my blog, on Pinterest, and on Instagram. And I've been thinking, like, people have been saying, don't go multi-platform, whatever. Like, I don't want to be, again, in a box. I want to create wherever feels good. And all of those platforms feel good to me in certain times, certain ways. And so I just want to be across like multi-platforms and yeah, sharing this mission of giving thrifting, sustainability, and natural selves a chance, but not feeling like it's funny, some of my favorite YouTubers are just names, and I'll talk to people and say like, I really like Mikkel Jancy, and I always just say like Mikkel Jancy, and like that is her YouTube channel. But like YouTubers, I feel like operate under their names a lot now recently, and I'm pretty sure she was like an actress at some time. So I was like, it makes sense to just be under the same name across the board. If I'm doing modeling, I could be under that name. If I'm doing blogging, it could be under that name, and not like having to be weird and like separate the two. But yeah, I'm very excited for this rebrand. I hope you are too. And yeah, let me know. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.